something I've been sort of having an issue with recently is just general anxiety about doing things, like anxious about streaming or whatever the fuck. I think it's just because I haven't done it. Like, I've just hyped it up as like a difficult, anxiety-provoking thing, so then I don't do it. And then after that, because I haven't done it, because I thought it was anxiety-provoking, then it gets worse. It only really gets better the more you do it. So I'll work up to it. I'm working on it. I got GAD. Where's TwitchCon stories? Oh fuck, I haven't talked about that even. Oh my god. Shit, it's been a minute. Dude, there was a whole TwitchCon. There was a TwitchCon EU happened like about a month ago, and it was in Rotterdam again. Rotterdam was where I nearly died. I say nearly died. Just didn't know what was wrong with me. Like, I'm missing a good 2 days of memory from the last TwitchCon in Rotterdam. I just got like stupid sick. I got really, really, really sick in Rotterdam last year. I have no idea what happened. I got really sick. Threw up everywhere, missing like days of memory over it. It was like a fever state. God knows what the fuck it was. So, going back this year, I didn't really have anyone to go with. It was sort of the first time I'd gone to a TwitchCon without, like, blatantly without, like, a partner or anything. And, I didn't really know how it was gonna go. Also, I'm apparently really bad at traveling and, like, nearly missed my train. I nearly missed Rotterdam while I was on the train. I'm bad at traveling. The train pulled into a station on the way to TwitchCon. Like, we pulled into Rotterdam finally. I got the Eurostar, so it was really easy. Just train station London, show up in Rotterdam. And as we were, like, pulling into the station, it was, like, 8 o'clock at night. In Rotterdam, that's just darkness outside of the station. As we're pulling in, the train conductor comes over the radio and he says like, oh, okay, there's a train already there. We were just sort of slowly edging towards the platform as that one left. They timed it weird, whatever. And after like, I don't know, 10 minutes had passed, someone came past. No one was really getting off the thing. Someone walked past me and I said like, hey, that's the station, right? When are we allowed to like hop off? The look of panic that filled her face, and her face dropped. Like, she went white. She just went, are you supposed to get off in Rotterdam? Yeah. You've got to leave now. You have to get off immediately. And then she runs to get someone else to help me get off the train, like, faster. They're like, where's your luggage? It's like right over there. This guy goes and gets it. They said that, like, it's just going to keep going. Like, it's going to end up in Amsterdam. Like, we're going to leave in like 2 minutes. And then I got off the train as the doors were closing behind me. Huh! I'm just a girl, Finn. I'm just a little dumb. That's it. Look, I haven't done this much. I haven't traveled much. I'm just a little silly. And, but in Rotterdam, it was lovely. The weather was great. It was, like, actually kind of perfect. Slightly windy. Probably should have brought safety shorts with me because I really only packed skirts. Because I went, well, I'm going to wear a skirt to TwitchCon. It's going to look nice. It's going to look pretty, and it's a little warm. Bimbo allegations stay undefeated. Mm-hmm. It was so fun,
just
but
the usual gremlin
I should have packed a little better.
Open mouth smile.
Yeah, the outfit slapped, to be honest. You did a good job. Thank you. That was really nice. That's so sweet. And your makeup looks good at TwitchCon. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Guys, the ego boost of going to TwitchCon and, like, meeting everyone is so sweet and everything, because I never understood why, like, I'd say, like, I don't know, a good 20% of the time, the people that come up to me would sort of say, like, I'm so sorry, but, like, can I get a photo? Can I get, like, can you sign this thing? Dude! You're like the 10th person in a line of just people complimenting me over and over again. Like, chat, imagine what this would do to your, like, mental state to just have a line of people lining up specifically to say, like, I love your stuff, like, it's so cool to meet you. What the fuck? That's such an ego stroke. I would love that. Dude, yeah, that happens once a year. I would hate it. Really? That must not be healthy. I mean, it's probably not the best, but it's a damn good ego boost. It's so nice to just meet everyone outside of it. Like, not only is like people complimenting you or whatever, but, you know, you get to hear about, like, maybe I'm a bit extroverted in that way. I gain, like, a lot of energy from it. It's so fun. Like, you get to talk to people about their lives, what they're doing, what they were up to. It's like it's a bit of an information overload thing, but, like, you're just constantly hearing interesting stories. There's always something fun going on. Like, there's always something fun that someone's, like, had it. As someone getting into YouTube myself, attention's crack. Oh, true. It is. That's why I like streaming. Like, it's like chatting with oh shit, I don't want to be parasocial. But you know what I mean. It's like being in, like, a big Discord call. Kind of. Except the people in the Discord call, I don't know, they're mute. They can't talk. They can only, like, text chat. Let's say, like, 100 people or 50 people on a line or something, literally just, like, telling you about their life and day and all the shit they're up to, and they're all, like, it's always a super positive interaction or whatever, and they're very complimentary. The downside of it, I think, is that there's, I guess, just a lot of it. Would that fuck with you? It's exhausting. I would have thought it would be, and a lot of effort, I guess, but when you do it, it's so fun. Dude, it's motherfuckers hyping you up constantly. It's fucking great. For me, I love compliments when they're genuine. exactly where I was going with that. If you're constantly getting like or both, either insulted or complimented on the internet, it just sort of drowns itself out where like, okay, I've seen that 20 times today, both negative and positive. It sort of goes away. That feeling of like, oh my god, this is such a nice little bit of attention that I'm getting. I can, my ego can grow off of this, my head can get bigger. But in real life, there's not that excuse that I can give myself as like, there's no way to know if that's a real person that's saying this, and they don't know what I look like in real life. They don't know how like, gross I smell. The radius around me. They don't know like how tall I am, what my voice, all my insecurities or whatever. They're seeing like a perfected version of that kind of on the internet. When it's real life, you can't really do that to yourself. It's a different sort of vibe in real life. You do sort of get into a mode of meeting people. Every now and then there's a bad interaction. And I've got one in mind. The one where Ashley talks about how she had to intervene. I didn't know she talked about it. And yes, wait, did she talk about it? I'm gonna fucking H3H through this, and let me watch her video. Let me steal his content. Me and Ashley reconnected a little bit. She was bringing Peerby or Ava with her to TwitchCon, and I really hadn't talked to her in a while. We were enemies for a brief amount of time. If you don't know, Ashley or Icky is we broke up like a few months ago, like I don't know, sometime like late last year. We were sort of like, I was sort of a little awkward about it, but then I bought some of her clothes off Ick, and we started talking again, and it was so weirdly normal. We still like bounce off each other really well, which is really quite sweet. And I hadn't seen Peerby since she recovered from her surgery, so I got to see her brand new face that she bought. Really sick. Bounce off each other. Well, yeah, like verbally, I don't know, jokes.
Finster are friends again.
There's me there. Look at me though. This was a bad outfit for this day. I'm in like, I don't know, where do I have them here? I'm in like fairly tall heels, like I don't know, 3-4 inch heels or something like that. I don't know, the chunky ones. I think I posted a little story about it. And also, again, not safety shorts. That all let play.
Was this Sunday? No, this was a different day, surely. On Sunday,
yeah,
Finn had a line that was just. It just didn't move. He was stood. He didn't make it to the entrance of TwitchCon, which is like this area over here. Like he was kind of around here, and every time I went past him and like saw him, the line was the same size. It just was the same. It was infinitely the same amount.
Yeah. I'm a little proud. It was so cool. Everyone was oh my god. I'm proud that I have a night, like, that my audience is lovely. The line did this L-shaped thing, and it went back, like, a decent amount of, I don't know, remember how far. Like, imagine, like, 3x of this. There's probably, like, 50 people or so. And it stopped at the entrance to TwitchCon, because I don't think they would let them do that. You're moving towards the wall. Yeah. So I tried to, like, walk into the line, so it didn't move. I tried to walk into the line to shorten it, because if I could get up to this wall point here, then we were, like, no longer blocking the entrance to the entire convention. I could have done like a little meet and greet thing. Okay, I've never asked about it, but can I get your take on this? Does it not feel a little unpersonal? Like, if you're waiting in line to get, like, you've got to sign up to a meet and greet thing. You got to be in this line by this time, or earliest you possibly can. And then you get, because it's a meet and greet and a very scheduled thing, although you have a 100% chance to meet the person you wanted to meet, where you wouldn't otherwise, you're gonna be, like, sort of rushed along, you know? Like, you can't, like, actually talk. There is an expectation of, like, there's someone else behind you in line, and whatever. And there might be, like, TwitchCon staff that sort of give you, like, a, come on, time to go. I don't know. I kind of didn't like it. I did a meet and greet once. It was really nice talking to everyone, but I felt awful about it, like, the whole time. Like, I felt really bad, like, I felt guilty about it, really, is the thing. The expectation would make it feel weird. Yeah, you're expected to meet and then move, you know? Like, I really didn't like it. So on the first day, and tried to on the second, what I did was sort of just skim around as fast as I can, you know? Like, never let a really big crowd form, and just, like, I'd sort of meet people by chance, and then talk to them about what I'm up to. And there was a guy that, like, came up to me and showed me, like, his entire day from when he went to a car museum, and showed me some really fucking cool cars, and we just kept going through, like, our favorite. Anyway, it was really nice. You get to have more personal chats with someone, right? It does mean that you can't, like, you know, there's gonna be people people that you don't end up meeting, but whatever. You actually got to see the con on Saturday. Yeah, I made it into the convention on the first day. On the second day, I arrived a little bit earlier in the day. I arrived at like midday, which I swear to God is early for me. The con closes at like 6. So I think I made it from about here to about over here by the time the convention was stopped. That was stopped purely because literal army men, people that were in the military, like ushered us out. There was one dude that was just this fucking giant man. I'm in heels and he's like towering over me, and also he's jacked and also in an army uniform with the security of TwitchCon, and I shit myself immediately, and he's like, yo, can we grab a quick photo? What the fuck, dude? Dude, fucking, you were great. But oh my God, it terrified me, like, just briefly when you were walking up to me. Did you get his number? No, and I wouldn't want to. That's weird. They're a fan. I wouldn't do that. That's so, well, I didn't, by the way, but also, I'm on Instagram. You know what to message. Finish blushing? No, that, stop. Anyway, anyway, TwitchCon was really fun. Hey, let's watch the rest of the Ashley video, by the way, while we're at it.
Yeah,
I forgot what else she said.
There's some weird people in the line talking to Finn about, like, why start HRT when...
Dude. Okay. Right. Let me give you the story, chat. I'm sure she's going to talk about the exact same thing. But from my perspective, before Ashley popped in, on that second day when I was doing, when I met the most amount of people, because they were just, that's what I was doing all day. You sort of get into a rhythm. Everyone's super positive. Everyone's whatever. You're sort of you're talking to people about their lives. You're sort of hyped up. You sort of get into this sort of flow with it, You're not expecting anyone to come up and say something weird. So there was really not any, besides this, negative interactions. This was, I'd say, maybe my first negative interaction, but I don't think they were fans. They knew who I was. They knew the rough lore of this guy. This guy is was a streamer, went on HRT, whatever, and now I don't know, thinks he's a girl or something weird. That's I think what they came in with from the vibe of the conversation. You're telling me you don't have haters? I don't have haters that go to TwitchCon and then wait in a line to meet. No. Something happened fairly frequently where people would sort of come up to meet me and they go, to be honest with you, I never really watch your streams. I see clips of you and stuff, and it's just cool that you're here. Do you mind if we get a photo? Of course. That's lovely. I don't know why people think that's a weird thing to say or do, but that's a completely normal thing. You don't have to be a fucking super fan to want to say hi. So these guys came up and they said sort of the same thing. It was 3 guys, but only 2 stuck around. They came up, had a brief, a little chat at first, hey, whatever, thanks for whatever. I forgot what they said at this bit. They asked someone to take a photo, I think, or it was their friend. We took a little photo, did some posing, the only pose that I know. If you I promise you, go look at any photo I'm tagged in from TwitchCon. It's every post. So we do that, and then they sort of they look at the photo, goes hard, sick, and they go anyway, so what made you get into this? What made you start doing all this? Very normal. And I go to be honest with you, I was just trying to get better at streaming. I used to do Minecraft. I used to have this big Minecraft channel, and they didn't know me, so I was giving them some lore, blah blah blah, and that's why I started streaming. And they went, yeah, but the girl, the being a girl stuff. What was that? They're all very happy, smiley, giggly, and I'm sort of slowly getting a little weird about it. And I say it started with some donation goals and stuff, and it's gone a lot further now. And they said, yeah, you do OnlyFans, right? And I go, yeah. How much do you make from that? And I was how much do you make from that? And I go, well, I'm not gonna tell you that. Bear in mind, there's still 20 people. There's still 20 people in the back of the line. That's not something you should ask. But you're you've made tons of money from that, right? I was I guess, yeah, it was nice. It was good. Can I see your tax return? Oh my god, dude, there were fucking HMRC IRS operatives. Can I see your tax return real quick? I want to go through the transactions. I want to make sure that everything was a real business expense. They asked the same sort of question again. They went yeah, but what? Why this? Why this? What do you mean? The girl stuff? Yeah, they were, why do you keep doing it? Just sort of, I got, I sort of started to realize, actually, I kind of like this. This is kind of fun. And so I just carried on doing it, and it sort of, there's some gender stuff about it that I'm sort of still figuring out, but it's still fun. And again, they asked the same line of questioning. It's like, so like, why not be like a cat or something, you know? Like, why like a girl? And like, you could be anything. Why would you want to do that? I just like it's just how I feel, I guess. I don't know. It's just it's all in my head. I don't know, man. It's just how I am. Yeah, they were on oh my god, they didn't know they were supporting the cat girl epidemic. It's really a puppy girl epidemic, isn't it? Hey, don't worry about that on the ground. That's totally not a, well... There's no reason... Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that at all. I'm gonna move that out the way. So, they asked about that, and, they sort of continued that same sort of line of questioning of like, why do you want to be this? Blah, blah. And then Ashley and Ava sort of they come over. They sort of like pop in real quick. They go, yo, hey, how you doing? Do you want to like do you want some food? Do you want some water? Like, how are you doing? Like, it's getting sort of late into the con. I think she was like planning on heading out around this time, and I think Ava had left or something like that. She came up, and I quickly told her, like, I whispered in her ear, like, yo, hey, these guys are kind of getting a little bit weird. She started talking, or like they started talking to her, so I pulled her aside and went like, hey, these guys are a little weird. They're like asking, they're kind of weird about like gender stuff. They don't super know me. They're asking like, why not be a cat and shit. I just don't want you to be involved in that conversation. Like, I feel like they're just gonna be rude. So I don't remember what she said. She probably said something about it, and then like sort of went back to chat to I think some of her like stream mods and stuff that were hanging out at the time. The conversation just kept going. At this point, they started asking me more about like money stuff again. You've made millions or something, right? You're like, I don't know about that, but you know, whatever. Talking about money. How much do you make? Again, how much did you make from all the like donation goals on Twitch? Like, how much was that? And I went like, yeah, some of them were really high. Blah, blah, blah. After a bit, I was trying to go like, anyway, like really cool to meet you. Like, really nice, grab their names or whatever, and then they kept going. Usually the sort of like, it was so nice to meet you, what's your name, by the way, like, I'll see you, are you coming to the next TwitchCon? That sort of makes people understand that, like, it's maybe time to go. Maybe the conversation is a bit over, because this had lasted like 10 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. And Ashley popped back over and very nicely, she'll probably say in this, very nicely told them to fuck off. which worked and was so sweet of her. And
I could tell that, like, you know, Juda's stressed by like how they sounded when they were trying to respond. And after a few minutes, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna step in and deal with this instead. And then I seem like the bad person, and they don't have to like, you know, they don't have to shoo someone away and seem like a dick. So I kind of just made them leave. I just said really loudly, like, you guys gotta go.
That was so fucking good. Holy shit, I just remembered that. They're like, very, like, noticeably loudly from, like, behind me, just sort of stumbled up and went, like, you guys gotta go. Like, there's, like, there's other people, like, oh my god, fucking, God bless her. Genuinely, I would find it really hard to do the same thing for a friend and, like, come up and be the bad guy, but I needed that. That was really nice of her. Someone in chat said, like, oh, it sounds like they're TERFs. I don't think they gave a fuck. I think that it was just that, like, it's just maybe not the most positive interaction. They were, I don't think that they thought they were being dicks. I think they were just like, yo, this is such a weird streamer guy. Crazy that this happened. And they just don't know. Look, they aren't as woke. They weren't as woke as us, chat. They didn't know the grind, the struggles, whatever the fuck. The testing the market. TERFs wouldn't be so subtle. Yeah, they weren't like, were they in the young and dumb category? Yeah, they were bros that maybe didn't get the hint. That's it. Not malicious. But it's a fun story. It's funny the way.